a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's a beautiful Thursday morning here in downtown Scarborough, and you are looking at Tobago Updates morning show. And it's always a pleasure to spend time. I'm not here very often, but whenever I can be here, I really enjoy my time with you, viewers. I am Natalie C.D. Richardson, and we'll be spending this morning together. So we have a full show in store for you, so we want you to stick around. Of course, we know that this weekend it's a hot weekend in Tobago, all right? Wherever you are, Tobago is the place to be. We have a lot of our Trinidad brothers and sisters bringing their kids over. Of course, it is a long weekend, the Easter weekend, and what is known as Easter vacation for our schools as well. So we have our children who are out and just enjoying their time here. I just want to encourage whatever activity you choose to do, just be safe, be aware of your surroundings, of course, and just enjoy what we have to offer here on the island. All right? So at this time, we go to Biana for news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Natalie. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Thursday, March 28, 2024. Assistant Secretary Joel Sampson announced that the Unemployment Relief Program workers will now be granted vacation leave with pay at the Post-Executive Council media briefing yesterday. He also noted that female workers are also now entitled to maternity leave. Sampson claimed that this is in the fulfillment of a promise made to workers. Meanwhile, Secretary of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, Natisha Charles-Pantin, announced a wage increase for access road workers with their pay set to rise from $173 to $235 within the current fiscal year. Up next, a High Court judge, Justice Everson Quinlan Williams, has ordered the Tobago House of Assembly to cease construction on a road at Killigreen Estate. The injunction granted on March 27th was sought by Ray Rampasad and Savitri Rampasad, sole owners of a 21.29-hectare property on the Tobago southwest coast. The estate, highly valued for its prime real estate, which includes a white sand beach and situated close to Killigreen Swamp Park, has gained interest from local and international investors. The Rampasad claimed that the construction began without their consent, leading to a legal battle over property rights infringement. This marks the third legal action against the THE regarding development projects. And finally, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley announced he is taking vacation from now until April 14th. He will spend the Easter weekend in Tobago, then depart for a 10-day visit to Ireland. Finance Minister Colin Imbert will serve as acting Prime Minister during his absence. Rowley assured the nation that the usual arrangements would be in place for the management of the country and that the cabinet operation would continue uninterrupted. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thanks, Biana. Now it's time for our birthday shout-outs. I know many of you look forward to this segment. So let's see who we have coming up celebrating, whether it was a celebration yesterday, today, tomorrow coming up. We have Tamika. Tamika Wallace, happy birthday to you, and we trust you have a blessed day. Candice Grant is also celebrating. March is just filled with awesome people. I tell you, happy birthday, Candice. And we have Cindy Lord. Cindy celebrated on March 26th, so that was 2 days ago. And this greeting goes out from all the staff, students, and faculty, and the administration of the Tobago Extension Campus of the University of the Southern Caribbean. Belated birthday shout-out goes to Arlene Alexander, who celebrated her birthday yesterday. And this greeting is coming from her daughter Allison and the entire family. So happy birthday, belated birthday, Arlene. Miss Loyan Scotland. Those of you who know Loyan, she usually has this big countdown for her birthday. So Miss Loyan, the day is finally here. And this greeting, of course, is from Julian, your loving mom, and the rest of the family. Do enjoy your very special day. And no stranger to us, part of the Tobago Updates family, Adana will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow. But because we are here today, we have to start the celebration. So happy birthday to you, Adana. May God continue to bless you and keep you as you keep us company here every morning during the week. So have a very special day tomorrow. And we have another person celebrating. Rodney is celebrating his birthday. Very special day to you, sir, and may you enjoy the very best of it. All right, and I know there are some of you viewers, your photos didn't get in here for whatever reason, but happy birthday to you. It's your day. You are unique. Just celebrate who you are. And of course, I will always encourage us when a birthday comes around, do some self-reflection as well. There's always room for improvement. For our show this morning, I'm going to sit with actually Mr. Jesse Taylor, no stranger to us, Cultural Officer 2 in the Division of Tourism and Culture. And we are going to talk about the history of the Spiritual Baptists in Tobago. As many of you would know, a significant day is on Sunday, that's March the 30th. And we want to learn and hear more about what's going on in Tobago for that celebration. All right? So I invite you to stay tuned, our viewers, YouTube, Facebook, and Amplia, wherever you are viewing us from today. Happy Thursday morning, and thank you for choosing us to start your morning. All right, so we continue. Remember, we said it's Easter time here on the island, the long weekend, tomorrow, Good Friday. We have Saturday, Sunday, Resurrection Sunday, Monday, and in Tobago, what's different is that we go into Tuesday, and it's known as Easter Tuesday here on the island. All right, so just keep tuned right here. We will tell you what's coming up for this long weekend, what you can do, where you can go, and, share the information with others. All right, so when we come back from this break, we would be sitting with Mr. Taylor. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. So as Adana, I can't let Adana and Julian down, right? So you know what we have to say? Share the live, share the live, share the live.
It's March Madness at Standard Distributors Limited. Get $100 back for every $1,000 you spend. Major appliance deals on Frigidaire, Hyacinth, Samsung, and more. Plus, same-day financing options available. Don't miss out. Sale ends March 31st. Standard, never beaten on quality and prices. Scrub Ties brings to you our organic fat dissolving shots. Yes, guys, our lemon butter shot breaks down stubborn fat, tightens any loose skin while increasing your metabolism. No side effects, no downtime. We also offer cavitation, cellulite treatment, butt, breast, hip dip fillers, weight loss, fertility IVs, and much more. Contact us on 495-6624 or follow us on Instagram at Scrub Ties Body Contouring.
Fellow citizens, I am Joy Abdul Mohan. Many years ago, we declared through our constitution our desire to live in a democratic society with respect for the law, supported by public institutions that respond to our needs. A strong constitution must be relevant to every citizen, including children and the youth. We've heard about reform before. Let us speak out now and make it happen by submitting our views to constitutionalreform2024.gov.tt by April 15th. It's our future, our constitution, our voices.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, viewers, and joining me this morning in studio is Mr. Jesse Taylor, Cultural Officer 2 from the Division of Tourism. Good morning.
Pleasant good morning.
So happy to have you here.
It's good to be here. May I do say in advance, happy Shout of Liberation Baptist Day to all the observers and all those who celebrate such an auspicious occasion.
Yes, yes. And I just want to, let our viewers know that we are talking about what's happening for the Baptist community, but in terms of looking at Tobago, the division's involvement in celebrating this group, who they are, what they have added to Tobago's history. And I know Mr. Taylor will guide me through because I am here to learn. You are here to learn as well. So the Spiritual Baptist community in Tobago, how is the division helping preserve the history, the legacy, what this community has added to Tobago? Because, and just before you answer, I know that the division is quite active because when we have these celebrations, these commemoration days, whether it's Diwali, whatever it may be, there is something coming from the division to help celebrate and commemorate.
Yes. So indeed, the culture department in the Division of Tourism, Culture and Activities and Transportation seeks to preserve the various festivals that are very important to our people, how we have the long road to freedom that we have walked as in this particular case in the Spiritual Baptist Day celebration, and is also part of our mandate, our goals and objectives to do National Days observances. So over the last couple of years, we have been looking at the Spiritual Baptist community and how we are able to shape for a future legacy, what the struggles were, what the triumphs were, and how they have used the spiritual community, this Baptist faith, as a vehicle to encourage a sense of spiritual excellence and the pursuance of that. So that this year we have teamed what we do, linkages of a past, using the elders of the faith to document, which we have been doing and which will be showing over the next couple of days, how we were able to overcome, how the rituals, the fundamentals of the faith, the voices, those things, the meaning of the implements, the bells, the shell, the flags, and how important spirituality is on a whole. So this is all part of a celebration that has been given publicly holiday status, and we are proud to, as a spiritual Baptist myself and a devotee of that, we are proud to be able to celebrate a holiday that is the only one of its kind in the world. So on the 30th of March each year, and this is now 73 years since we've been able to shout, ring the bell, do the word of the mission. So indeed, it's worthy for its preservation, because it also finds its nucleus in many of the things we do. The best village, the heritage, elements of our spirituality can be found on a daily way, the way the people dress and all of that.
Right. And you mentioned that the division is going to show. What do you mean in terms of is there a physical space where people from the public can view?
Certainly. So at the A&R Robinson Airport, we have mounted an exhibition, and that exhibition is portrays in various forms the same thing I was saying about how the calabash and the bells and the cross, and it also carries the meaning because it also treats with the historical account of how we as a people who were banned the prohibition, and how from 1917 to 1951 we couldn't as a people be out, and what the shaker's house mean and shouter's house, and the meaning of the colors that they wear and all that. So all that is very present, and it's up for viewing and can be seen between the hours of 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening every day, right up until next week Wednesday. It's already mounted at the A&R branch office of the tourism department.
Okay, because I was just going to ask where in the airport. So it's at the tourism office, right? So members of the public, those of you who are visiting us and you're looking for an activity to do, you may not have been aware of it, but you can visit the tourism office at the A&R Robinson International Airport and definitely learn, celebrate. And I love that about who we are as a people. And here we have a significant religious body celebrating, and we have it's it's also Easter, you
Yes,
know, and the
exactly.
Christian community is
Precisely.
celebrating as well.
So it aligns itself exactly with Palm Sunday, which was last week, so
Yes.
that they were, normally it's done with baptism and pilgrimage and Thanksgiving. There were a number of them on the island. And what was really nice about it, we were able to get out of that basket of goodies, people who celebrated several of those things. So we also be having on the various platforms, those people who we were able to interview and tell their story, their years in the faith, those reverends and bishops and mothers and queens who would have been liberators and forerunners of the faith, and who continues to be a beacon of spirituality to ensure that the legacy and the proud legacy that we have grown to and accustomed to in Trinidad and also in Tobago is kept alive and burning.
Right, and as cultural officer, you know, within the division of tourism, how would you, you know, explain to people who may say, well, that's not my faith, because there are groups of us who are like that, you know, how do you encourage them to open up and just, you know, come and view the exhibition?
Well, it's just an opportunity for everyone, because everything has its place. And I'm thinking that over the years, the stigma of the spiritual Baptist has been somewhat erased. And it's not just no longer about a fair, but a learn of people who are conscious of our Africanness.
Right.
Because these people who practice these things essentially are of the African origin.
Right.
And they would have you know, part of their way, and of course, to build a passage into various aspects of our Caribbean detail. And that's why I said earlier, it's very nestled and forms part of the nucleus that is the celebration we've had. You can't get more songs, drumming, singing, chanting, blowing of shells, singing of the Sankeys. The worship is found in the boat christening. It is found in the singing of the songs at the natural day, the treasures day. It's found in the elements of the way the queens of the heritage portray themselves, that African regal, a sense of the ancestral tradition, the pride in which we walk through the streets in Emancipation Day. They're all linked to that. That's why it's called linkage of the past. So a long walk to a glorious freedom from colonial rule, where we were beaten and shackled and people gave up their life. But today here we are celebrating the freedom. Is not just for spiritual Baptists, because as well, you as part of the spiritual Baptists of the spiritual origin, you can actually visit other realms that are associated with other practices and influences ethnically in the spiritual realm.
So if you think this has nothing to do with you, it has everything to do with us.
Everything.
We are a people of this land and we celebrate each other. And it's always a good thing to learn. Maybe you never thought about it before, but the exhibition is there, you know. And Mr. Taylor, I have always been, and I'm speaking to you as a devotee because I have you here, so I can toggle between the two. You know, I know you have this art, and I've seen you wrap the heads before. And I think sometime I sat with you may not remember, and we were talking about that, and I think you did my hair, and for the entire day, you couldn't tell me I was not a queen, you know. So there is something you go through in that whole process, and I just want you, you know, to speak, because you see the women, their heads are wrapped. What's the significance of that?
Well, the Bible itself speaks about modesty. The truth be told, the depiction of any real African, Caribbean, traditional woman, village woman, has always been associated with that native, tribal / ancestral spiritual look, so that the wrapping of the head is very common, and it denotes a kind of strength in the woman, and in some cases it also represents a period of transition where you move into childhood and through your rites of passage, again linking us back to our heritage. So the head ties continue to be your crowning glory, just as you hear. Woman's hair is the beauty. Other than that, your head tie and your code of dress, it says something to the story. How you dress as if you're going to wash, if you're going to catch fish, if you're going to the market, and again if you're going to church. So the colors as their various symbolism and are coming out of a rich, noble ancestry where they mean so many different things. The power is reflected in and worn by these women, and in some cases, and most cases too, the men as well, gender included, all genders. You really celebrate the pride and so it's a physical statement, but it also connotes a lot of high spiritual influence and incarnation, and that in itself shows that we are unique, we are inextricably linked to our tribal customs, our beliefs, and our spiritual way of worship, and that's important to the preservation.
Right, and again, the importance of learning about each other, because I think that helps to bring us to that common ground where we can now have an appreciation for something outside of what we may be accustomed to. So again, just remind us again, the exhibition, and
so
you said it runs.
It's up, it's running. We invite all of you to come take a peek, see what may really pique your fancy. What about Tobago and the Tobago Baptist Spiritual Baptist movement from far back as 1970, and all those people who are the Elton George Griffiths and the Robert Buzz Butler, and those people who fought for freedom. Freedom is not strange to people who have constantly been fighting for various oppressors in many forms. So you can get a chance to live the history, relive your ancestry, and at the same time enjoy the beauty of a holiday that's been given to us.
Yeah.
We now celebrate 28 years and 73 years of this repeal and this practice, and joining the happiness. And outside of that, you can certainly join the Tobago Baptist community at the lands given to us at the Signal Hill Army, opposite the Army camp, for the usual Liberation Day celebration, starting from 9 o'clock a.m. in the morning with a street parade just off the highway, straight into the lands, celebrate the long walk to freedom.
Yes, and we are all invited. So if you can be a part of it, definitely, again, take the children. It's a learning experience. Sometimes we read about these things in a textbook, but it's a whole different thing when you can experience it and have these conversations with our children. So thank you very much. And the exhibition, it's running right through. So it doesn't matter if it's a holiday or weekend.
3 days later, to facilitate everybody who might want to do so at any given time.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Mr. Taylor, for sharing with us this morning.
Happy Church Baptist Liberation Day to all of Tobago and Trinidad, by extension the world.
Right, and we are definitely going to have to spend some time and check that exhibition out. So viewers, again, we're heading for the break. I have to tell you, share the live, share the live, share the live. That's right.
Deltec Distributors, best deal. 3 pounds pork, goat, chicken, turkey, beef, 5 meats, 3 pounds each, $300. Best deal. Or you could try 5 pounds pork, goat, chicken, turkey, beef, 5 meats, 5 pounds each, $500. Best deal. $20 delivery. Call me now. 359-5040 or 237-0102. Order online at www.deltecdistributors.com or check with us. Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. Deltec Distributors, best deal.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Storebay Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
We all want to live in a society where there's respect for the rule of law, public service efficiency, and high productivity. We each have a responsibility to help shape our constitution, which is the supreme law of the land, supporting good governance. I'm Nigel Edwards, and I urge you to submit views for constitutional reform by April 15th to constitutionalreform2024.gov.tt. It's your future, your constitution, your voice.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you for staying with us. I am Natalie Seeley Richardson, and joining me this morning is the president of Melchai Farm Limited, Kyle Joseph. Welcome, Kyle.
Hello, welcome.
All right, and Kyle is here to talk to us about something happening on Good Friday, which is tomorrow. But before we get into that, just briefly tell us a little bit about Melchai.
Melchai Farms,
Melchai
okay.
Farms.
Melchai Farms, we had started Melchai Farms in 2012. I'm the same farmer that's beyond the highway with the animals. Sometimes the same animals will be giving trouble.
All right.
Dry
Confession is good for the soul.
yeah, dry season right now. Sorry to all the neighboring farmers and stuff like that. You know, the sheep and goat will be giving trouble in the dry season badly right now.
Right.
You know, but Melchai Farms is about trying to teach kids really how to farm and, you know, an innovative way of farming.
Right.
You know, and it also mixed with Tobago Select, so the athletes from the track and field club is part of Melchai Farms as well.
Okay, that's excellent.
So we just decided we have a new place called the Meeting Place. Same thing for the athletes. So we're trying to host a goat race this year.
Right. So let's talk about that. So tomorrow, Good Friday, you guys are hosting a goat race. Tell us a little about that, the location, time.
Okay. So the goat race, it's a goat race that my uncle, first it's the name of the goat race is the tribute to the legends, the guys and them who were in goat race, who died and who is still alive.
Okay.
So that's Mr. Anthony Clark. Father is, I know him as Clarky. I can't remember his first name. Sonny Murray. This is Peter May. And this is Collie Joseph. Collie Joseph was my uncle.
Okay.
So I remember some good years back, always want to come out the house and went to check him, and he had a bar. And that is where I first started running goat, you know, on a Good Friday. And when they got older, the goat race didn't go on. So I'm just trying to use the initiative as a warm-up way of for Easter, Monday and Tuesday.
Right.
So it's a kind of landmark to see where your goat's at really.
Okay, and this is the first year you are hosting it?
Yeah, this is the first year I'm hosting it back on a Good Friday.
Okay, so tell us the location, and for those who may want to check it out, how they can do so.
Okay, so it's Patricia's Terrace, opposite former Bar Hopping. Now it's the Meeting Place. So it's just opposite Bar Hopping on Melchai Farm. Okay. So it's easy to find in Sherburne
That's what,
Road.
off of Sherburne Road, is it?
Road, yeah, 3 p.m.
Okay.
And we also having a small 5K for the kids and for the bigger ones. So we're going to have a 3K and a 5K. So in Patricia's Terrace, there is a loop, a 1K loop around. So we're going to use that as as a kind of lap system.
So you have your 3K and your 5K.
Yeah.
And for those who may want to register, do they have to pre-register, or when they come tomorrow?
When they come on the event, come on the day, it's going to be registered. So it's going to be just $30 for registration for any event.
Okay, and to be a part of tomorrow's activities, there like an entrance fee. Tell us about that as well.
Oh no! So once you show up on the day with the goat race owners, I'm trying to just get it as a free event to for first timers, just a free event who feel to basically give something towards registration, no problem. But we're really trying to kick it off as a really more of a free entrance event. Come and win some prizes and stuff like that.
And of course, it seems that this is going to be a family-friendly event. So again, this weekend, we know it's going to, there are a lot of activities you have to choose. So this is one of them tomorrow, 3 p.m., Good Friday Goat Race. And again, it's in honor of those who would have started this, and the younger generation is paying tribute. You mentioned that you also are one of the runners, right? Are you going to be taking part tomorrow?
So,
or what do you call them? Jockeys, runners, racers? You hear people say all sorts of things.
We call them jockeys, but basically they're supposed to be runners because jockeys are supposed to be the one basically on top of the animal.
Right.
So what we grew up calling them jockeys. If I'm going to be competing, there is a veterans race. So I think I might be in that 60-meter veterans race for the older runners from before. But it's a nice thing to see, especially with the younger goats where you are. To have some sort of measurement where you are,
right.
You know. So I just asking them to come out and really support the initiative.
Right. And is there going to be a race for the children?
On the day we plan to, so the goats are very fast, and
Yes, yes, definitely. And for those who don't know about goat racing, I mean, these animals train. It's not that you just pick up and say, okay, this goat going to run today. These animals, I see them taking them to the beach. They get in their baths. They on special diets. It's serious business.
Yeah, it's serious business. So really having a child really,
right, I understand.
It's going to be very dangerous.
Yes.
But we really want to have a few races for first timers, because we noticed that we have started having a problem with jockeys and even having a problem with owners. So we went to a meeting last night, and for maybe the last 10 years, it's the same owners. And what happened is that when the owners die, there's no young ones to replenish. You know, so it's an initiative that are trying to open to the public,
right?
So they could really buy into it, you know, because a lot of people don't understand goat race. Goat race is a sort of a kind of hidden culture, because on Monday and Tuesday everybody want to win, so everybody just keep all information to themselves, and we start seeing that the older ones dying with that information. So I really try to start back over, have something basically how it used to be before. So it's going to be flag starting,
right?
No gates, so it's back to the old school way.
Right, old school, you say.
Yeah.
And how is it that, therefore, one of your major goals in having an event like this, it's really and I think you would have meant to pass it on to the younger ones.
Yes. Basically, it's basically to pass it on, because we have a goat race stadium and it's underutilized. And one of the reasons it's underutilized is because I believe that the older ones are just tired and don't really want to take it up. So having it and showing it more to the public as I walk in, people could actually walk in and get some sort of interest in it.
Right. So viewers, again, another activity. Mark your calendar. This one is tomorrow, Good Friday, 3 p.m. And it's Patricia's Terrace. And that's off of Sherburne Road. Just give us again the idea of the location so our viewers will know. So
all the people who know where Bar Hopping used to be, it was formerly Bar Hopping. It's now the meeting place. It's just opposite there. You know, so some people gather in the car park, some people could gather on the farm as well, under the chestnut tree, kind of lime, you know.
Right.
So you could bring out your stuff. We have a small bar that runs under the meeting place. You could still support, but it's a family event, so I'm not taking it away from anybody to bring their cooler and come out and hang out and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's a nice Friday afternoon lime with the family. So check it out. Again, another event. Let's expose our children to what's going on around them. You know, people come from different parts of the world to experience what we have. It's right here. Let's get into knowing what's around us and be a part of it. All right. So Kyle, when we go to a break, you know what we say, right? So share the live. So you're saying it. We're going together 3 times. You ready?
Yeah.
Right? We go in. Let's go. Share the live. Share the live. Share the live.
Make we down in the band, we come out of run in tongue, hey, run in tongue again, run down, hey, run in tongue again, jump and play.
It's March Madness at Standard. Distributors Limited. Get $100 back for every $1,000 you spend. Major appliance deals on Frigidaire, Hyacinth, Samsung, and more. Plus, same-day financing options available. Don't miss out. Sale ends March 31st. Standard. Never beaten on quality and prices.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back, viewers. Before we go to our next guest, I just want to give some shout outs. You know, we have our loyal viewers, Pearl Murray Baird, Travis Moses, Renwick Job. We even have Errol Brebner, who is viewing from Curacao this morning. All right, Joel Tate and all the others. Thank you for choosing to start your morning off with us. And sitting next to me in studio is Mr. Denley Grant from the NSD Cycle Squad. All right, so again, we're here to talk about what's happening this weekend, another event. So you have to choose wisely, right? This one, I think it's not just about hanging out, but it's about getting fit as well. So let's hear more about this. So NSD Cycle Squad, what does the NSD stand for?
Well, NSD Cycle Squad stands for New Sites and Destinations. And, you know, it came out from a love of the sport, cycling.
Right.
Myself and some other teammates who are part of the initiatives. We saw the need for a cycle club in Tobago. I mean, there isn't any prominent one. There has been cycle squad in Tobago, but so we see the need and we went ahead with the idea. So, and just January of this year, so we are in a very infancy stage.
Right.
We got registered as a non-profit organization.
Okay, that's good.
And so we're building slowly but surely. We have 10 registered members on the club thus far.
Okay.
And so this is our first annual event. We want to make it a yearly thing.
Good.
So it's our first annual event, our first time at doing something like this. NSD Cycle Squad. So it's on Glorious Saturday. And it's interesting. It's interesting and it promises to be an interesting one, I should say.
Right. And, you know, you mentioned you all are now starting off, but you must start somewhere. You know, what are some of the goals that this cycle club wants to achieve?
Well, one of the goals really is to bring international cyclists to Tobago and cycling to Tobago. A lot of Tobago cyclists has had to leave Tobago to go to Trinidad for race. And one of the things we want to do is have more race on the island, which of course would boost tourism because we know cycling, there are a lot of international races that goes on. So we want to attract international cyclists to come and take part in our cycling events here in Tobago. So far, we're looking at 2 annual events. The first one being this Saturday, the Criterium in Roxborough. We are looking at having a Criterium in Crown Point later down in the year, as well as we're also looking at a around the island relay, cycling kind of relay.
Right.
So we have plans to, you know, expand and make it attractive, as it were, so that others could be flying into Tobago to take part in cycling rather than flying out.
Right. So let's talk about the event happening this Saturday, March 30th. Where is it? What does it entail? And what time?
Okay. So the event this Saturday is at Roxborough. The meeting point is at the Sid Gray Stadium car park. It's for ages from 7 and under up to the adult. We have categories for 7 and under, 12 and under, 17 and under. We have races for all these categories and there are cash prizes to have. The races just around that Roxborough circuit, starting by the fire station, going up by the hospital, coming through by the Argyle waterfall and coming back out to the Windward Main Road. 10 laps of that is the big race, so to speak.
All right.
We have, so far, over 10 persons already registered for that race. And so it promises to be very much interesting.
And what time does this begin?
It's 7 p.m. It's a night event. So yes, it's 7 p.m. So persons can come with their family and take it in. And yeah.
And in terms of safety, because we're looking at racing or riding at nights, what is in place?
Right. So the course is well lit with street lights. It's a well lit course, and there would be police on site as well. There would be fire service, the ambulance would be there. So it's promises to be a safe one.
Right. So the big question is, because there are people like me who hear these events and get excited, but we're talking about riding bike. Is it that I have to have a certain type of bike, or if I have a little BMX bike or a mountain bike I used for the last year, can I pull it out and register and be a part of this event?
Yes, you can. We just asking all persons who want to take part to have like a bike light, because it's in the night. So just have a light in front and in the back. Yes, the circuit is well lit, but we ask all persons, come with your BMX, come with your mountain bike. It's race for all. I mean, you would see all kind of bikes up there. We encourage you to come out, man. Bring it out.
Right. and is there a cutoff time, and what's the fee to register?
Okay, so yes, it starts at 7 and it finishes at 11. The registration is $150. We have a late registration fee that we took off, because the reason we had the penalty is to encourage early registration.
Right, so you know how to cater.
Right?
I don't think that works with us here on the island.
Clearly it doesn't. So that was the reason for the late registration penalty, but yeah, nobody really bought into it. So it's fixed at $150.
Okay.
So you come up, you get registered, and you take part. There would be refreshments, there would be music, there would be entertainment.
Right. Again, another family event. If you're from the area or Crown Point, wherever, you're looking for something to do, Saturday evening, 7 p.m. in Roxborough. For those of you who want to be a part of the races, $150 is your registration. And what's a phone number? Because somebody might be listening and they would like to give you guys a call.
Right. So you can contact us at 685-7884 or
that's 685-7884
or 494-8109.
All right, viewers. So if you want to be a part of this, again, you have children, they have their bikes, you're probably promising to take them riding for the Easter. You can start right here. It's going to be safe, police officers in place, well-lit course. And it can be a start to something promising for you or for your child. Some hidden talent or skill might be discovered that Saturday evening. So come on down and let's support this group, NSD Cycle Squad, as they continue to do something new on the island. So thank you very much for letting us know about this.
Thank you.
And of course, you know, all the guests, you are indoctrinated in this. Anytime we go to a break, we say, share the live. So let's go, Mr. Grant. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Viewers will be right back.
Throw me overboard. I don't need no lifeguard, oh Lord. Rocking back and forth like a tidal wave. You are the captain.
If I will look back at the worldwide movements from Marcus Garvey to McCandle Dagger, and we can see that the youth have the power to make a society. But today, like there is no trust in our ideas and vision for a better Trinidad and Tobago. As a youth, me can say, our voices must be valued, included and placed in at the forefront in decision making. So we form our constitution to build a stronger Trinidad and Tobago for you and me. Jag your bow, Mr. Fiddler. Oh ha! Oh ha! Oh ha! Oh ha!
Tobago on Easter Monday, the 1st of April. We get ready to hush in full bloom. The all-inclusive breakfast party from 5 a.m. till 12 noon at Mount Irving. Performing live, I Would Joy. Because the stage not good again. And Poetic. We don't be young, but we read somebody. Featuring John Boy and Ezel, Assassin and Smalls, Agent B, and Loud and Bashing, Selector 3D, and Snoopy. Tickets are $600. Available at Island E-Tickets, Jade Monkey, Ice Thing, and Ted Arthur's Letter Stores. For more info, 721-1992. Hush in full bloom. The all-inclusive breakfast party.
Yo everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Tobago Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning.
Welcome back, viewers. You are viewing the Morning Show on Tobago. Updates again to all of you on the live, viewing via Amplia. Thank you for choosing us this morning. And we continue to speak about the events happening over this long weekend on the island of the Tobago. And before we speak to our two guests sitting with me in studio this morning, I want to shout out again, some of the viewers. Lucretia Williams, I think you were quick on the draw this morning. One of the first, I think, to say good morning. So good morning to you and do have a blessed day. So let's switch our attention to the two gentlemen sitting beside me, Mr. Mark and Mr. Smith. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, ma'am.
So both of you are here to talk about what's happening Easter Monday in Mount Pleasant. Now, this is a staple for the Tobago community. Even for those visiting, and if Easter weekend is your routine, you just know there are some places you have to be, and Mount Pleasant is one of them on Easter Monday. So tell us who you are, Mr. Smith, in terms of the organization, probably overseeing this event, and we'll hear from Mr. Mark, and we'll talk a little more about this event.
Oh, good morning to the viewers in Tobago and Trinidad and the wider Caribbean. At Mount Pleasant, I am Henry Smith, president of the Mount Pleasant Community Council.
Okay.
Which I am also the chairperson of the sports committee.
Right.
And we're looking forward, this year is our 49th sports meeting, and hopefully in 2025 will be our 50th annual thing.
So that will be very special next year.
Yeah, in 2025 we want to make it very special. We're hoping that we will be able to put on back our roadways on that occasion. But for our 49th anniversary, we hope to have a bumper day.
Right.
So I'm encouraging all the people of Tobago and Trinidad who is vacation on the island to come to Mount Pleasant and spend the day with us. And
spend the day, spend some time, and come and spend some money too. That's important. Yeah.
Right? So come out at Mount Pleasant. We start at 11 o'clock on Easter Monday, and we go right until midnight.
All right. Wow. So even if you can't come for the first part, it's there. You can come
the second part of it, we have in our after sports entertainment.
Okay.
Which expect to be a wonderful evening.
Right.
So we are hoping that the wider public of Tobago stay home. Don't stay home. Come out. Don't have to pack no bag. Just come down. We have vendors. We have the different. You could get different things to eat and to participate in the races. We have 11 goat races plus we have in a champ of champ race. The winners from the event during the day, put them back together and run the last.
That will be the race of the races. Yes. Let me just switch to Mr. Mark. Can you just introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us what part you play in this event?
All right. My name is Colin Mark, and I'm widely known around in the athletic circles.
Yes.
I'm here more or less a guy from the community. I attended St. Patrick's School. So anything with Mount Pleasant where I grew up, it's close to me.
Right.
So I am there primarily for the day's activities to ensure that it's run as efficient as possible and ensuring certain rules are carried out.
All right. So in terms of people wanting to come, because we have to remember that some people, this may be the very first time they're hearing about this event. Is there an entrance fee? Tell us, any ground rules, because we want people to come and be a part, so they don't necessarily have to bring things to eat, because those of us who are accustomed going, there's a wide choice available. So for our very first timers who may be listening, tell us a little more about maybe the rules, what's expected at that event.
All right. The rules at Canby Mount Pleasant Easter Monday differs from that of the entries. For instance, if a child is turning 11 on the 31st of December this year, you cannot run under 11. You have to run under 13.
Okay.
However, in Mount Pleasant Monday, if you're 11 on the day, you could run under 12.
Right.
Or under 13 for that matter. So, but we are trying to stamp out the dishonesty. You see the problems with kids nowadays. It's hard for a 15-year-old child to be seen in the stadium running under 17, and then they're running under 15 in Mount Pleasant.
Right.
You don't go down, you go up.
Right.
So those sort of things. And really, the more transparent we become, the more persons will be enthused to continue running.
Definitely.
But my main thing behind it is to ensure that races are run off as efficient and as quick as possible. And people get their money's worth. It's like T20 cricket. Things faster now. Try to do it as best as possible within a stipulated time. Because bear in mind, Sundays, Bethel Harvest, Monday, Mount Pleasant, and Buku Tuesday. So give people something.
Right, and it starts from, this evening, tomorrow. We also have another entity who will be running off goat racing as well, or in the Shirvan area. So a lot of activities. So Mount Pleasant is the place to be. Where in Mount Pleasant?
The Mount Pleasant Recreation Ground. As we look at the Mount Pleasant Road.
Right. And is there an entrance fee?
The entrance fee to the sports, $60 for the adults on the grounds, and $30 for the children between the age of 5 to 12. And the stand is $100.
Okay.
And after 6 o'clock, coming to the ground across the board is $100.
Okay. All right. So to come and be a part, to be a spectator, to take part in that family day, you have to pay to come in.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, some of us, we like the Easter, the break. So you don't have to cook. Don't worry about that. Just come down. A lot of vendors, as was mentioned, come and let the kids run races. Do they win prizes?
Yes, they do win prizes.
Yes?
We have various prizes. We have in a tug of war, which the tug of war prize is $3,000.
Okay.
And to enter the tug of war by teams, 10 or under, is $500 for the team entering.
Right. So where can we get all this information? Because we wouldn't be able to talk about all the rules, the registrations, etc. So is there a place on social media or a phone number viewers can call if they want to find out more?
Yes, they can call phone number, which is 314-3507, which is my number. And they can call 620-5105, which is Miss Annie Orlock's Brooms, or you can call 474-4661, which is Miss Jean Scott Henry, which is the Assistant Secretary of the Village Council.
Okay. So again, gentlemen, there are other activities on the island. Why should our viewers select Mount Pleasant?
Well, we have a wide range of activity that for family-oriented setting.
Right.
So we have in Greasy Pool, we have in Tobago, we have in novelty events, we have in athletic events, we have in goat race, and they also have bonnet parade.
Right. Oh, that's always lovely.
We have in a bonnet parade, and then you come. We also have in the wildlife. People will be there with the different wildlife, so that people can see the different species.
Right. Okay.
So it's a whole package of a family package.
Right.
That we are offering.
Most definitely. And just before we wrap up here, gentlemen, I want to include Mr. Mark again. Do you have anything else to tell our viewers, to encourage them to come down to Mount Pleasant?
All right. To be transparent, if parents could provide at least some sort of indicator as the birth of their child, it would make it much more efficient for us.
Of course.
Because as Master Henry was saying in their meetings, if a child is caught fouling that thing, they lose that prize and will not reimburse them.
Right. And you don't want your child to go through that. So many times it's the adults who encourage the dishonesty. Let's be honest, it's a day of fun. Bring out your family. If you know your child is a particular age, don't put them as an entrant into that race. All right. Let them enjoy themselves as well, because it wouldn't be nice after they run so hard, place maybe in the top 3, and then they are told, well, this wasn't your race, etc. So let's do the right thing. Again, another place to be on Easter Monday. Just take your pick. So this is one of the signature events, the major events, the staple events on the island on Easter Monday, and you don't want to miss it. All right. So again, just to remind you, tomorrow, the Shervan area goat racing. We have Saturday, the Shouter Baptist community will be celebrating and commemorating their special day. We have 7 p.m. the NSD Cycle Squad races in Roxborough area. Sunday, other things we have on the island, and then Monday, Mount Pleasant, and Tuesday we can head to Buku. And those of you in the party scene, I think there's a choice between lemonade and hush. Whatever you choose, just be safe, be aware of your environment, be responsible as well. We have a lot of crazy stuff going on the island as well. Let's try and keep our roads and each other safe. So thank you for viewing Tobago Updates. Before we go, Mr. Smith wants to say,
at 3 o'clock this afternoon, there will be a street parade from Tambourine Square down through the streets of Scarborough, showcasing the Mount Pleasant, the activity at Mount Pleasant. We're supposed to have a few goats to be on display.
Okay.
And the bonnet parade, some of the bonnet parade people.
All right, so you see the action starts from today, Thursday. All right, so those of you who are in Scarborough area or coming in later, what time you said? 3
o'clock,
p.m. All right, so just take note of that. So viewers, thank you so much for those of you from the Christian community who are celebrating. Happy Easter to those from the Shouter Baptist community. Thank you for, your struggles and what you have contributed to this island and to the region at large. And we celebrate with you as well on Saturday. So at this time, we head over to Tobago Notes, and thank you again for staying with us. Just remember to be safe, whatever you choose. And I am Natalie Celia Richardson saying thank you for viewing Tobago Updates this morning.
Honored and so very pleased to be here in Tobago. This office here in Tobago marks a momentous milestone in the ongoing efforts of the procurement board, the management, and the staff of the OPR to ensure that we fulfill the tremendous responsibility that has been entrusted to us, that of ensuring the integrity of public procurement activities and ultimately securing the public interests.
To better serve the island of Tobago, an Office of Procurement Regulation is here, up and running. One might ask, what's the importance of having this office? Having a well-regulated procurement system helps to promote fair competition among suppliers and contractors.
And what this building will represent for us in Tobago will be essentially a facility where central government services that ought to be delivered or performed in Tobago are housed under one roof so that Tobagonians will have easier access to these services.
In the ensuing months, technical teams from Port of Spain will be assigned on a periodic basis to support the operations of the Tobago office in the execution of a planned program of capacity building and technical assistance activities. So I would urge all the divisions of the THE to grasp these opportunities.
The OPR office is located in Crown Point at the Coliseum building.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Get ready for the ultimate Easter experience. Indulge in the most premium breakfast, all-inclusive event on Easter Monday. Lemonade from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Fairways Restaurant and Lounge. Prepare to be dazzled by the musical talents of DJ Elon, Akeem and Salty, Caution, 3D, Mighty, Crush, and let's not forget the star of the show, Irfan Alves. Gracing the stage with his sensational performance. Secure your tickets now at Cache Lowlands Mall, East Bay Fashions, Waterholics, Pure Vanity Clothing, Uvogue Boutique, and online at Island E-Ticket. Lemonade, the premium breakfast, all-inclusive event from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. exclusively at Fairways Restaurant and Lounge. Make your Easter unforgettable. Sponsored by CSF Couriers Limited, ComSurge Networking Solutions, Waterholics, Warner's Construction, Jade Monkey Bar, and Kari Bay Prosecco.
A brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong.
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad, and the region. With the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine, I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. Assistant Secretary Joel Sampson announced that unemployment relief program workers will now be granted vacation leave with pay at the Post-Executive Media Council briefing yesterday. He also noted that female workers are also now entitled to maternity leave. Sampson claimed that this is in fulfillment of a promise made to workers. Meanwhile, the Secretary of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, Letitia Charles-Panton, announced a wage increase for access road workers, with their pay set to rise from $173 to $235 within the current fiscal year. Up next, a High Court judge, Justice Everson Quinlan Williams, has ordered the Tobago House of Assembly to cease construction on a road at Kilgren Estate. The injunction, granted on March 27th, was sought by Ray Sastry Rampasad and Savitri Rampasad, sole owners of the 21.3 hectare property on Tobago's southwest coast. The estate, highly valued for its prime real estate, which includes a white sand beach and situated close to Kilgwin Swamp Park, has gained interest from local and international investors. The Rampasads claim that the construction began without their consent, leading to a legal battle over property rights and infringement. This marks the third legal action against the THA regarding development projects. And finally, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley announced he is taking vacation leave from now until April 14th. He will spend the Easter weekend in Tobago, then depart for a 10-day visit to Ireland. Finance Minister Com Imbert will serve as acting Prime Minister during his absence. Rowley assured the nation that the usual arrangements would be in place for the management of the country and cabinet operations will continue uninterrupted. And that was the news in 90 seconds. And viewers, getting into our conversations this morning, I am being joined on set by the Assistant Secretary in the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development, and that is Mr. Joel Notsi Sampson. Good morning. Welcome to you.
Good morning, Candice.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
All right. So yesterday we heard a few announcements, a few changes to the salaries of URP workers. So first of all, tell me the genesis of how this change came about.
Well, when we got into office and I was mandated by the Chief Secretary to deal with URP, I quickly got down to work back then and I saw the wage package. I saw all what was happening there. And I decided to make some changes, which we did back in 2022. And that the remuneration package would almost increase immediately. But the other benefits will come into effect 1 year down, which was the 14th of July, 2023. So they took effect from that date. So, since that proclamation, I did not give an update. So yesterday we just sought to bring some clarity to that because there are some underlying issues where that is concerned. But, when something is new and you're trying to work it out, it's never smooth at start, but eventually we'll get to where we want to. So persons now have been enjoying their vacation leave. At one time, a lot of persons took leave at the same time because it's unfair to be working for 10, 15 years without vacation. That's slavery, and we have gone beyond that. So I looked at that, this caring administration looked at that, and we decided that these things must be implemented and the workers are now enjoying benefits.
So along with vacation leave, we heard of maternity leave. What about sick days, casual days?
Sick leave, casual leave, bereavement leave as well. So it's the full 9 yards. So they're now enjoying these benefits like every other regular worker.
Now we know that this increase in salary for the workers is good for them, but it's also going to be an increased cost on the division. How are you working it out at a time where we know that funding is a challenge?
Well, Candice, there's no pressure where that is concerned because it's been going on for over a year and something now the increase has taken effect. And the goodly Chief Secretary, who is also the Secretary at the Division of Finance, has been finding means and ways to get it done because we believe that hardworking staff deserve better, and you can't have in 2022, 2023 persons working for $79 a day. When you go to the grocery, $79 can't really do anything. So this increase represents a welcome to them. It's given them a boost. They have been working extra hard. They are motivated, and if needs be, and if we see we can do something again in the future, in the near future, we would.
Are there any challenges when it comes to timely payments for these workers?
Well, Candice, late payments is something we have met at the division. We have been trying to rectify that. There are always challenges, there are always issues, Some things are left better unsaid. But we as an administration are trying to work out all these schemes and plans so that going forward, workers would be paid on time, so there would be no issue of late payments.
What are the issues that you all are facing when it comes to paying workers on time?
Well, sometimes sheets may come in late. Sometimes there are issues with the system. These computerized systems, there are hiccups and stuff like that. Sometimes the ACH, if you're not at FCB Bank, you would not be paid immediately. But if you're at credit unions and other banks, it may take a day or two, depending on where your salaries are assigned to, which is understandable.
All right, and but what's the communication like though with the workers when these things are happening? Because so many times we hear the news or we see postings on social media of people complaining that their salaries are late. Sometimes it could be several fortnights, whatever the case may be, and it seems as though they are not aware of what's happening or what's causing the delay, or even when they can expect their salaries.
Well, down at URP Candice, we try to communicate with our workers as often as possible. The director tries to communicate with the supervisors who will get the information passed on to the workers, so they will at least have an idea of what is taking place or when they can expect their salaries. But we try to communicate and try to work out these issues fast enough so that the delays are not as long as they used to be. So in recent times, you would have seen that you have the complaints are getting less and less because we are working out all these kinks to ensure that we don't encounter these problems that we have been faced with.
And also, is there a system for the calculation of the salaries and so on, the accounting mechanisms for it to be a little bit more streamlined? I'm talking here about perhaps an online system. Are those things being worked out in the background?
Those things are being worked out in the background, So in the meantime, we still have the whole process of the sheets and then you input into the system and stuff like that. So, yeah, but these things are being worked out. So, in the very near future,
Well, yes, we are definitely hoping that there's no longer those complaints about late payments. But in the meantime, URP has been doing quite a lot of work. I want to start with particularly the woodworking side of URP. We're seeing a lot of those workers there building a lot of wonderful furniture and so on going up for sale. Tell me about that part of the URP program.
Well, that's the furniture workshop. That's one of our monetary units where persons can come in and order items. And we've seen, as I spoke about yesterday, the collaboration with agriculture. We also have the collaboration with the Division of Education, where we will provide school furniture and supplies for different primary schools and the ECC schools. And the furniture workshop has been doing exceptional work. Kudos to the workers there, the hard-working workers who give their all each and every day to ensure that we deliver quality product across the island. We have the casket making now, which is a big hit. You can get an affordable casket at a price that is less than the general suppliers of casket across the island. And soon we will have a catalog rolled out. So persons can now go on this catalog. We'll probably have it online so you can make your order and you just come down, make your payments and collect your items.
So how much revenue is this bringing in for URP?
Well, there's no fixed revenue. It fluctuates because some months are better than some. How business operates in this kind of capacity. So it generally fluctuates, but business has been good. Revenue has been coming in and it's streamlined pretty well.
And then, of course, as you mentioned, agriculture, there's a woman in URP doing some good things when it comes to agriculture and so on, and a few different sections. So give me an idea of what is all being done when it comes to the agriculture part.
Well, with the agriculture part, we have the small ruminant project. There's also the cocoa revitalization project. There's the Kendall greenhouse project. So in terms of the small ruminant project, this is something that is being worked out currently with the Secretary of Agriculture. She would come on the program sometime soon and she will elaborate more on that. But it's basically, it's like breeding of the animals and giving to the small farmers. But you have to be organized. You have to have all the ducks in a row. And there's also a training in place. So once you go through this training, you will be certified and then you will become a business partner with the Division of Agriculture because, we campaign heavily on the public-private partnership. So that is something that is being worked out and that will be rolled out soon. The Secretary would come and give more information on that. In terms of the greenhouse and the Kendall Farm School, we have been empowering our females at URP where this is concerned, so that they can earn the agricultural skills, after the construction of these greenhouses, they will gain valuable training in short crop and cultivation. So, we are empowering them so that they can become self-sustainable and that they can help themselves more than just the dependency.
All right. Well, we're going to go for a quick break, but viewers don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Passion start to rise. The
March Madness at Standard. Distributors Limited. Get $100 back for every $1,000 you spend. Major appliance deals on Frigidaire, Hyacinth, Samsung, and more. Plus, same day financing options available. Don't miss out. Sale ends March 31st. Standard. Never beaten on quality and prices.
No place like home, home, home.
Oh, I love Tobago, baby.
When we outside, it's an ocean of love. All that we align to the stars up above. Let we dance now, take a chance now with me. And we go jump till morning. Look, the moon gone sleeping. Tell them we not leaving till the last drop of a canal is madness in the capital. So I feel like I'm running tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Wave with all my friends and them. No place like home, home, home. We go jump till the moon come down. It's we who the stars shine on. Play a mass and break away. Freedom in with DNA. Throw me overboard. I don't need no lifeguard, oh Lord. Rocking back and forth like a tidal wave. You are the captain.
Aaron, where did Jimmy Hen bring you? I'm going to lay down on your bed this hour in the morning. You don't know your work for do. The yard for clean up. You have to bathe the dog, scrub the damn drain. You want people to say we nasty. Aaron, paint your neighbor's truck and go past you. Ross Clat and go do what I tell you, eh? All right.
I'm going on with Granny, boy. If Granny feels she gonna slow me down today, she lying. I run bum to go, boy. I have to reach early today.
Nah, boy. The sun hot. Let me run back for my hat, eh? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they ain't asking me to clean. Ah, boy. Too much years must be last year. We've been on water in this town, boy. Whole time yard want to again calling me to here. Soon as your mom come in, she want me to miss everything, boy. I choose to do this.
Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, we are continuing our conversation this morning with the Assistant Secretary in the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development, and that is Joel Notsi Sampson. And of course, we were talking about URP because URP falls under his portfolio. And can you just give me an idea of because we touch on the agriculture part of things, the woodworking. I'm not sure if we touch on the concrete part. I know there is some concrete. So that's
a Blemen concrete workshop. So
right.
We deal with all the concrete stuff. So you have your pots, you have your concrete benches, concrete tables, anything that you wish to have in concrete. We have the magical technicians there that could create these items for you.
I like how you describe them, the magical technicians. Yeah. And it's interesting that these are European workers who, did not always have the best view in society, but we're now finding ways to uplift them.
Yeah, and that is very important. You know, once our employees are motivated, they are uplifted, they would produce at the highest standard, they feel more welcome within society now, because if you realize everything is URP now. You know, so we are forming partnerships with various divisions. We have done some work with community development and sport, with education, with agriculture, and that's the kind of partnerships that was mentioned by the Chief Secretary, you know, the interdivision partnerships, you know, working together makes better for the island of Tobago. As they say, teamwork makes the dream work. So, you know, we are there to collaborate with whatever division needs that collaboration to see how we can realize this dream of making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet.
And then what about in terms of graduating people from the URP program? Because it was always meant to be a temporary assistance for persons who found themselves unemployed. Is it that we are continuing to keep workers within that program, or is there a system where they can graduate themselves out and be able to, you know, be on their own?
All right. So when I was saying the earlies, I mentioned about the change in the org chart, and we have that planned out. You know, we're still in the finalization stages of touching it up and working it out now, where we'd have the training part, the training aspect. You know, so we'd create various units. So after you get trained, you get certified, there will be units assisting to help you build out your business. Probably we'll have some conversations with the chief and with all the business development units as to how we can assist these persons after they create their business so that they can gain some funding. So, you know, we just kind of wean them off the program. You're not just weaning them off where they would be left in the open, but you're ensuring that they are set up and their business are off and running, and then, you know, we can wean them off and then bring on a new set. So, you know, you have the process continuing. Because once you have a trained society, a certified society, we always having construction going on, we always having different things happening. So persons can, you know, branch off and do their own thing than just sit down and depend on the government. So you can be your own boss. And it is good to empower persons to be their own boss. In such, they can employ somebody. So, you know, we take some of the stress off of the THE.
Certainly, and we're looking forward to see any timeline as to when that can happen.
Well, we are hoping that we could have it rolled out before the end of this year, but we are working feverishly towards that goal. So once that is rolled out, I'll be glad to come back and share all the details with you.
Certainly. Now, I mean, you're not just the assistant secretary in that division, but you're also the area representative for Crown Point, want to call it Crown Point. You know, I know you have something interesting planned coming up. What's coming up for you guys?
All right. So next weekend, as the 5th to the 7th of April, we have the 3rd annual edition of the Nazi Fast 5. It has become a big hit. It has become a household name now. Persons look forward to it because when they see me, they say, "Nazi, when is the next event?" So Nazi Fast 5, you can look forward to that the 5th to the 7th of April, where we have the cricket competition, football and netball. And it's all Fast 5. Everything is 5 minutes. The cricket is 5 overs. And there are lots of attractive prizes and giveaways on that day. And you can register by calling 3680533 or 3784396. So, you know, get your teams registered, come out. It's something that's we have brought back, you know, to foster that community spirit that was once synonymous with us, you know, so the community looks forward to coming out, you know, to a weekend of fun and activity. And it drives the island because a lot of persons from across the space are engaged. We have teams from as far as Charlottesville, that have participated before, and it's a big thing. It's something that we can run with, and it's not just limited to North East District alone. Other persons can come get the ideas how it is run, how it is set up, and we can run with it. Because, you know, where sports is concerned, it brings harmony, there's unity, and communities come together, and that's the kind of Tobago we once knew, and that's the kind of Tobago I would like to see again. So I continue to do my part where I can. Also, just after the Nazi Fast 5, I will have another edition of the Open Arms. So Open Arms has become a big thing as well, you know, where we distribute food, agricultural produce, soft clothing, books, vouchers, and stuff like that to persons in need. And I just don't limit it to my district. There is the Open Arms Open Day, so persons from all across Tobago can come in, and then there is times when it's just a downscale one where it's just for the district, but I try my best to do my part in ensuring that Tobagonians get the help that they deserve.
Now we know also Crown Point is the heart of the tourism industry in a sense, because of course you're very close to some of the most popular sites around the island, and it's where especially a lot of our domestic tourists gather. What's been the conversation like with the business owners and so on to make sure that we are offering our visitors a good experience when they are here?
Well, the last conversation I had with the business owners, the main concern really was, the cleanliness of the environment. Mm-hmm. We have some issues recently that we are trying to work out that we will address in short time. There are some foul stenches emanating from time to time, not very often or not every day, but there is something we are looking into and to try to rectify this problem. Once this is rectified, all is well. Mm-hmm. Other than that, business is booming, the nightlife is good, persons enjoy being in Crown Point because the activation center is the hub of everything, everything is right there, so persons will go to the reef during the day. So they board at Store Bay, Pigeon Point Entrance in Pigeon Point. They have different activities during the day while they are here, and then there's the nightlife, which is very important. That stretch, as we call the avenue now, it's very popular. It's a worldwide name now. So we continue to do what is necessary. We continue to keep meetings. Recently, I was sent an invitation to a town hall meeting where the police and fire would come together. I think that's going to be held on the 9th of April. So I'll be there in attendance, so we could continue the discussions of how we could further drive the economy in Crown Point and how we could keep it safe, green, clean, and serene so that we can continue to encourage visitors to the island.
Yes, and as you mentioned, the safety aspect of things, because that was going to be my next point in terms of crime, because we've unfortunately had a few incidents in that area where some serious gun-related crime has been concerned. And what is being done from your standpoint to address some of those issues that are popping up, crime-related?
Well, recently I have had a meeting with the inspector at the Crown Point Police Station and some other law enforcement officials as it relates to crime and some of the business owners and how we can curb the crime and things that we can come up with. So these conversations will continue. We will have increased patrols so that persons can feel some level of comfort and security. Mm-hmm. Also within periods where it's busy, like the Easter weekend, we may have some plainclothes officers out within and amongst the patrons so that, you would not know who these persons are, but they are there to ensure the safety of patrons, and we continue to do what we can. We've seen the upsurge in crime. It's not something that we appreciate, it's not something that we are happy about, but we are doing our best on our side to collaborate with those who are in charge to deal with these situations.
And then, of course, what about what's in place for this weekend? Because we know we have many visitors here in Tobago. It's Easter weekend here in Tobago, and naturally they will converge in Crown Point. So are there any special things that are in place just to make sure everything is being kept safe and so on?
Well, as I said before, we will have regular patrols. So you'll see officers patrolling the streets of Crown Point very often throughout this weekend, during the day, during the night, to ensure the safety of everyone that visits the island. Mm-hmm. I'm also appealing to the persons that will come out on this weekend. When you go out, you just try to have safe, enjoyable fun. You leave home, you are going out to have a good time. You're not going out for violence, or you're not going out with the intention of creating problems. So all those who have knives and illegal weapons, leave those things at home. Get rid of them, as a matter of fact, because we don't want to encourage that in the Tobago space. The Tobago space that we once knew was full of love and unity and harmony. You would go out, enjoy yourselves together. You may meet someone you don't even know, and you make a new friend at the end of the night. So let's encourage that for this weekend. Meet persons, greet, enjoy, have fun, and be safe.
All right. Well, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Sampson, for being on with us and for just giving us some insights into URP and what's going on in Crown Point. I know we have some things to treat with, but we're looking forward to see how that does happen over the next months and next year or so.
So, not a problem, Candice. As I say, as things develop further and things roll out, I will be back to give you updates. You can always call me. You always come by in the district and we sit down and have discussions about how we go forward. So I'm always pleased to be here.
All right, great. And thank you so much. And viewers, don't go anywhere. We have more coming up for you after this break.
It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. Hey, the band we come out of. Running tongue, hey. Running tongue again. Run down, hey. Running tongue. Running tongue again. Tongue man, hey. Running tongue. Running tongue again. Running tongue. It's carnival. Time to cross the stage. Look the truck them rolling. Time to misbehave. We come out to make a story for the greatest carnival. Yeah. And we go until the last drop of bacchanal. It's the finest in the capital. So I feel like I'm running tongue again. Jump and shake the ground again. Play with all my friends and them. No place like I feel like I'm running tongue again.
It's March Madness at Standard Distributors Limited. Get $100 back for every $1,000 you spend. Major appliance deals on Frigidaire, Hyacinth, Samsung, and more. Plus, same-day financing options available. Don't miss out. Sale ends March 31st. Standard, never beaten on quality and prices.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Scrub Ties brings to you our organic fat dissolving shots. Yes, guys, our lemon butter shot breaks down stubborn fat, tightens any loose skin while increasing your metabolism. No side effects, no downtime. We also offer cavitation, cellulite treatment, butt, breast, hip dip fillers, weight loss, fertility IVs, and much more. Contact us on 495-6624 or follow us on Instagram at Scrub Ties Body Contouring.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Torbay Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Yeah. Hey. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, we are now being joined by Mr. Joshua Powder, one of the organizers associated with Arise. And of course, if you've been around for as long as I have or longer than I have, you would remember the days of Sunfest. So it's Arise is supposedly as similar to Sunfest, and it's sort of like going back to some of those days. But a special good morning and welcome to you, Mr. Powder. And of course, Mr. Powder, you can give us a better idea of what is Arise all about.
Morning, everyone. I really love how you mentioned it sort of is like Sunfest, and I could start by saying that the reality is Arise, or the concept of Arise, is really standing on the shoulders of giants like Mr. Vern Joseph, Kern Cowan, Pastor Frank, who was very instrumental in ensuring that Sunfest has been present in our lives for a number of years, And so this Easter weekend has always been something for not just the church, but us as a Christian community to really come together and spend some time worshiping, praising, and even more so evident in 2024, given what we're seeing across the island, where you see that Tobago has changed, not for the positive like we would like it, but we're seeing elements at play that we would really wish not to be at play. And I think it's even more so relevant now to come together and really ask God to intervene, to pray, and to worship, and really just unite as a church against the negative elements in the land.
So tell us what we can expect.
Yeah, sure thing. So Arise really starts at 5 p.m. with an hour of prayer. And the hour of prayer is really some of the pastors that we've been working with, communicating with over the years. They're going to come together and they're going to be making declarations over Tobago, reclaiming Tobago for Jesus, and essentially pulling down and building different things, I want to say, through prayer. And then we have a praise and worship experience that's going to run maybe for about 3 hours, starting from 6 p.m. With a number of artists that we know, like Bijan Pierre, Chantal Lindsay, Ezekiel, Pastor Baines, and so forth. And it's just really going to be an enjoyable time. We're going to have things on sale to eat and drink, and the program is going to flow really nicely. So I think the expectation is to have good, clean fun and get ready to jump to and get on, as people would say, but in a good way.
Of course. And, is it that we're trying to, foster that community again among our young people in a way that Sunfest did long ago, where you had lots of people from many different churches being able to come together and just connect with one another?
That's exactly it. The reality is this event transcends denominations. We have so many people coming together, Christ believing, that are not just from one particular denomination, coming to really proclaim and worship God. And basically, I want to say intercede on behalf of Tobago. I think that we can unite on so many things, or unite more, or we can see that we are united on more fronts than divided. And so Arise is a unifying experience. I usually tell persons it's a clarion call for us to come together and purposefully engage God to intervene in the affairs of Tobago.
Mm-hmm. And then tell me about, just being able to put something like this together. What motivated you to be on board with something like this?
Sure thing. So Easter is very, how do I put it? Easter is very close to not just my heart, but the persons that I work with. And we're just a group of audio enthusiasts. We've been in the audio space doing or being a part of various projects for a number of years now. And seeing that the Easter weekend didn't have something for us as a church community, we just came together and decided to do something. Usually, as you would realize, Sunfest would be maybe about 2 or 3 nights.
Yes.
And so given that this is the first time that we're doing Arise, we thought it wise to do one night, and do one night with a really packed but also concise show. So we didn't want to overdo it because, these things can be very costly. And so the idea is we come together for one night and we essentially unite and we really petition God. But as a team, we usually have to go through a lot of challenges, as you would know, in preparing for any event or pulling together any event for that matter. We do have a lot of support, and we do have a lot of mentors, a lot of elders, I would say, in this space. Some of the names I would have initially called that, being able to be a part or see how they would have pulled off events, we have sort of been benefiting from their level of experience in this space. So it's challenging, yes, but I want to say that, due to the different persons that we pull from and consult with, it was pretty easier than most or easier than other times, to pull together this event.
And one thing interesting about this is that it's going back to the Scarborough Amphitheater. And if you remember where the original Sunfest was, we're going back, in essence, going back to home.
Yes, exactly. I was privileged to see a video of Sunfest from the 2000s, years ago. And I was actually on the stage as a little boy. I don't know how old I was. I was maybe 5 or 6. And I was able to see, back in those days, it would have been Pastor Bain singing along with my mother, Cassandra Powder. And I was able to see sort of how Sunfest has affected our lives, generations, in fact. And so starting there or having Arise there is sort of synonymous with paying homage, I would want to say. It symbolizes paying respect or having a form of honor, going back to home and ensuring that we start there and we unite at that point.
Special about that space.
Yes, I think it's very special. There's a lot of memories, a lot of good memories there.
Yeah, certainly, especially for all the 90s and the 80s kids. It's really a lot of good memories there at the Scarborough Amphitheater. So it's wonderful to see something like this returning. It's actually wonderful to see a concert returning to that space as well. I mean, we haven't been able to really utilize that space for quite some time, but this is good. So can you give us an idea again of when and where people need to be a part of Arise, the concert?
Sure thing. So prayer, 5 p.m. Anyone that wants to be a part of the prayer experience, you can come, you can hang around, you could bring your water or you can purchase water there at the site and essentially be a part of that hour of prayer. And promptly at 6 p.m., the actual concert begins where the bands strike up and we get into a full-fledged, packed 3 hours of praise and worship. We expect the program to not go beyond 3 hours. We want to ensure that persons get home safely. Hence, we don't want it to go too long. And that's really it. It's one night, one packed night, one night filled of excitement. And we're hoping that people come out and be a part of this. Sunday, 31st March, 2024.
Easter Sunday. All right, great. Well, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Powder, for being on with us and for sharing with us these details of Arise and for reviving the days of Sunfest.
Yes, not a problem. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much again.
Certainly. All right. Thank you so much. Well, viewers, we are coming to the end of the program this morning. I want to thank you all for joining us this morning. It was certainly a pleasure being with you all, but the day is not over yet. We know at 10 o'clock there's actually going to be a plenary sitting, and the THA, the Executive Council, would be putting forward a motion to have a policy for litter wardens here in Tobago. So something very interesting to look forward to, because of course we know we really do need to be able to take care of our environment and make sure we keep it clean, because if we just want to have good lives, if we just want to be able to attract visitors to Tobago as well, we really do need to take better care of our environment and figure out how we deal with our waste and our trash so that it doesn't just end up in the street and cause other problems like flooding and destruction of the environment and that sort of thing. So it's something to look forward to later today, this morning actually at 10 o'clock. And hopefully, of course, we'll find out some more information and some of the other great news that are happening on the island today. And whatever you do for this Easter weekend, it's a long weekend. I hope you stay safe and, have some fun. But of course, if you're going out, if you are going to be drinking, make sure that you are not drinking and driving. Make sure you have your designated drivers or you manage yourself properly. So because we don't want to have any reports of accidents over the weekend and so on. So go out and have fun, but be safe. And of course, happy Easter from us here at Tobago Updates. And we would see you again next week for the goat races. Bye for now.
Tobago Updates.